Good evening, Fund My Home associates. Welcome to our August 5th, 2021 corporate training updates. And I'd like to introduce our CEO, Carlos Bertini, that's been working very, very hard on our new CRM system. And we're going to be presenting that in just a few minutes. Carlos, go ahead and unmute, please.
Well, thank you, Ken. How are you?
Good evening. Good.
Good evening, good evening. And good evening, everyone. How are you? It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to talk to you tonight. And yes, we have been focusing a lot, primarily in putting together the CRM and finishing up with the auto dialer. Okay. And this is important. Our company is a company that has the type of product, the type of services that is not a fad. This is a type of a service that is for the duration. It's the same as if you deal with food, with clothing, with shelter. This is for good. So for that reason, we just want to make sure that we give you a place of work, a work environment that you can excel in. Now, in our presentations, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have an illustration of potential income. We say in the presentation, and we speak about very high monthly incomes. Well, the truth is that it can be achieved if you had the number of associates that you need, and if each of the associates only did, including you, one transaction per year. So it's not very, it's not too much to expect for someone to be able to complete a transaction once per year and have your team do the same. The numbers, the income is very, very high. So now we have also commercial real estate, and we're paying 10 times the amount that the illustrations show in the Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays presentations on the income potential. 10 times as much, $7,500 per transaction and $5,000 to the first level of override, 4,500 on the second, and on and on. This is incredible money. So the opportunity is great. We have a colossal market, both residential and commercial real estate. We have a service that nobody else offers. We have down payment assistance. We give money, and then we pay our associates. Our associates are not required to have a license. They don't have to be lenders or realtors. None of that. They don't have to process the transactions. What we have to do together is we have to help each other. You, the associates, help us and give us the appreciation, the respect, the love that we give to you, that you give to us, and we just work together. You do what you came here to do, and we do our part. And we try quite a bit to do this. We try to stay on track with all the customers. But that's all, rhetoric. And what's important is that you have transactions closing. We do have transactions closing all the time, but I want everybody to achieve very, very high income, extraordinary income, more income than the ordinary professional can earn. Okay, and that's the goal here. of course, that when we close somebody, we have not had one single family closed and complain about why they closed. They can't complain because they got what they were looking for and they got money on top of it. And so far, this down payment assistance grant are all non-repayable, no income limit, and you guys know all the story. Okay, so yes, the company needs strong organization systems, and that's what we're here to do. Okay, so Ken, do me a favor, please,
Yes.
and go down. And so for those who are here for the first time, we have separated the websites. So we have the website that we're looking at now, which is the consumer website, and then we have the career website, and you will find that at the footer of the page. Okay, so scroll up a little bit, please. No, go back to home. Yes. So now we go to the top menus, please. Top menus. So a while back, we were displaying our down payment assistance calculator. We discontinued it for a while. We were trying out all the things. We were wanting to put less stop signs. Let's you let the flow on, move on fast. And so we removed as much requirements from the home buyer as possible, just to let the transactions go through the home office quickly. But after careful consideration, we think that we should put back a couple of very simple and necessary tools, and the down payment assistance calculator is one of them. So Ken, if you go to where it says apply for down payment assistance, the first thing that anybody will see is the down payment assistance calculator. So if you press in there, please, we brought it back. It works very, very well. It's very accurate. And all you have to do, enter the income. The income shows up in the tax returns. Then the monthly obligations, simple stuff for the buyer, for the co-buyer. And if you continue down, you would there enter a couple of questions about student loans. And remember, guys, we have student loan forgiveness. It's a great big obstacle when you have 75,000, 125,000, $190,000 in student loans. It's hard to close the transaction, and we help with that, and we reduce it to incredible low levels, $100, $150 a month. We go from a payment of $1,500, $2,000 a month down to $100, $150 a month. We give you your approval, you close in your home, and if you make the payments on time as per the new schedule of payments, in 20 years, you have a tremendous amount of student loan forgiveness. We do that free of charge to all our associates, or our customers. Okay, so next we have the purchase price. In the past, we had a minimum purchase price of $120,000. The market went up quite a bit, very fast everywhere. So we had no choice but to increase the minimum purchase price, doubled it from 120,000 to 240,000. We may be able to make some exceptions, but right now it's very difficult to find properties that are modestly priced. But again, if the properties are there, we'll have this conversation on a one-on-one basis with the home buyers. So here's the calculator. It's very simple to do, and it will give the user the monthly payment and the total amount needed to close a transaction of that type, that size, and the amount of money that they will have to come in after receiving assistance. So we give them the bottom line that they're going to need. Okay. Very easy to use. All you have to have is the information about your tax returns. If you don't have them with you at the very, very moment, at least you put a great approximation. This is not for us. This is for you. So now you have an idea that you should continue with the application or not. If you continue, and can go back to the page, please.
Want to go back to the home page?
Yes, please. If everything looks good as far as the down payment assistance calculator, then you would just simply go to your application checklist. One moment there, please. In here, this is about being honest with themselves, with yourself, with your customers, with everybody. You should tell your customers, hey, take a look at this checklist. Well, the questions are very simple. Do you have a bankruptcy in the last X number of years? If you do, we cannot help you, et cetera, et cetera. One of the questions is credit scores. Now, the home is for the home buyer, and they should want to be as likely to get an approval. So we say that anyone that comes in with less than 680 credit score, that it is required that they enroll in our credit supplements program. With our credit supplements, we can increase the score very quickly in a matter of a week and a half to 2 weeks, meaning that we could put their rental history on their report, increase the score for about 90 points, and the higher the credit score, the better for the home buyer. And the idea is to get success. So this checklist, everyone should read it carefully, and they should be honest with themselves. Okay, so let's go back to the page, please. Okay, so next we have the create your home buyer ID. Here, once you, and there's a video for everything, so that gives them, a visual, and they can read. We have a video, and we have the text on the bottom of each video, so they can read it, they can listen to it, etc. But now they create their home buyer ID, okay? And here is when the CRM starts to get activated. So go back to the page, please. Now, of course, that you guys, everyone should go through the motions to see how a customer ID is created. It's not going to hurt anybody, or the home buyers, or the real estate investors, or any of the customers that we try to help. Okay, so go back to the apply for down payment assistance. And then at the bottom, you have the supportive documentation. So there's a video, and there is the list, very clearly written, the list, and it tells you how to upload them, what to upload, and nothing else or nothing less can be accepted. Okay, so go back to the page. Okay, so now on the right hand side of that, it says apply for your mortgage. And now we are displaying here a mortgage loan application portal that is brought to you courtesy of United Wholesale Mortgage Lender, which is perhaps the largest lender in the country. but nevertheless, the most sophisticated, the most technologically advanced, and the one that has their systems and their proficiency is unequaled. It's a public company, and they do a great job of getting things done. So if you scroll down a little bit, you will read that, and you will click there to submit your loan application. Now, the write out there tells you when to apply. There is no need to apply for a mortgage, at least when you're working with us, unless you have an approval from fundmyhome.org to receive down payment assistance, the down payment assistance that you need or that you want. Because even if you don't need it, we'll still help you if you tell us that you want it. So when you get a approval, that's when we will direct you to go back here and apply for your loan. Okay. So not before. We are not a lender, so we're not going to have any use for you to apply. We are the down payment assistance grant company, a company working in collaboration with a 501c3. And the purpose here is to help people with their homeownership goals. So we're not a mortgage company, so don't apply. We tell you when we are ready for you to apply. Okay, so go back to the page, please. Okay, so those are the changes. Now, also on the menu on the right where it says credit supplements, we group them together for credit supplements and credit repair because we say 680 minimum you have to enroll required in credit supplements. It's only $140 to get it done. But if you got 580 or less, you have to apply for credit repair, unless you don't want to. Of course, we're not forcing anybody. But if you want to work with us, if you have 580 or less, there is no way to help you unless we fix whatever is there. Okay, so now let's go to the footer of the page.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, a second. Okay. So go up, please. Did you go to the footer or to the career page?
Where? No, I'm going to go now.
Yes, yes, please. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay. So now where it says their business opportunity overview, we now have put there two of our strongest programs, which is down payment assistance grants for residential and down payment assistance grants for purchase and refinances of commercial real estate. So if you click in one of them, please, then is detailing very in great detail, simplified what it is that you can do and how much you pay. And scroll down a little more, please. And it tells you the overrides per level and so on and so on. So you want to go through it, show that to anybody that you would like them to become one of your members, one of your team members for the purpose of getting overrides and growing your team. And the same, if you go back to the page, we have the same style layout for commercial real estate. But I'm telling you, commercial real estate is huge, huge. So let's take a look here. $32,000 we're paying out in marketing fees for marketing a commercial real estate transaction. And we can even give down payment assistance. Depending on the transaction, we could give a tremendous amount of down payment assistance. We do this in almost all the states in the country. So in here, if you scroll down, it gives you the same description and layout of how you get paid. And that right there that Ken is showing is the override. $5,000 override in your first level. So let's just say that Barry Dang brought a deal and he is under James' eyes. James' eyes just made 5,000. Now, if Barry brought us a transaction that we do, why wouldn't we close it? And we have very easy transactions to qualify for, very easy to market, understand, and everything else. So if you bring what we do, we will close it. But if it's on the left or the right, we will look at it, but it may not close. But we're not going to not look at it because we may always find a jam and do it. For example, let me give you an example here. This is very interesting. So we have a gentleman that brought in a transaction, $20 million purchase price, 20 million, okay? Nobody wants to do it because many reasons. There's not enough money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The loan amount is very, very high because most banks are going to shy at every loan when the loan amount gets too big. And the only people that really go after very big loans like this are insurance companies when they syndicate with other companies. They don't put all the money in one deal. Anyways, $20 million. So what did we come up with? Well, we said, okay, I'll tell you what, let's buy them. This is a transaction that has 7 buildings. Okay, we broke them down. Well, the deal is not done, but we're working on it. So the idea is, okay, let's break down the 7 buildings into 7 different contracts. Okay? And we'll finance them all, but all in different contracts. Now, transaction goes through, the person gets what they're looking for, the seller gets what they're looking for, the associate gets lots of money, and the override is huge. Okay? So $20 million is not what this says here. This says up to 5 million loan amount. But the particular client was so enthusiastic about this great transaction that he asked us to consider. And we said, okay, let's just do it this way. Great deal. Okay, so you got a happy customer there, a happy customer that is going to return for more deals. And my God, you get a few of them, and just them in a year, you could be making 100,000 plus just with 1 or 2 guys. Anyways, okay, so let's go back to the menus. What I'm saying is with this conversation is that we have such an amazing company, such an amazing offering that anyone, except for us, because we do it every day, we don't let this opportunity go by 1 second. But everybody involved with fundmyhome.org should want to scratch their head and say, how am I going to market this thing? How am I going to get to talk to people? Because I want to get some of this money. That's what everybody should be saying, doing. And I keep saying, when you have a question, it should be, hey, I got a question about my customer. Hey, how do I get a customer? Really, that's it. Because that's your job, to market. We take care of the rest, right? Okay, so now we also, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but we actually have, the enrollment has been discontinued for more than a month. We have not had anybody go through because we did not have until tonight a portal for new associates. We're saying, look, we got such a good business here, and we're just going to back up a little bit, and we're going to do things right. And we're not even in need of anything right now, but we are in need of good communication systems. We're in need of structuring this very well. We're in need of good service. So the portal has been closed, and fine, nobody's missing anything, but the portal is now open. And if you click on become an associate, please. Now we showcase the business in a clear, powerful way. What we want is people to come here to work. We want people to find this as a work environment. And that's it. Okay. And we're going to, for the good of everybody, we're going to start becoming very selective in who is going to be in findmyhome.org. And we're going to investigate why they're not making tons of deals. Okay. And the reason is simple. Somebody's got to make the sales. If you're looking for a network marketing company that is selling products for the sake of enrolling people and then making a pyramid out of the company, this is not the right company. This company pays you a tremendous amount of money for sales, for helping us promote our business. And we pay you as marketers. No license needed, but the payouts are huge. So building a team and telling people about this great concept, because I have to tell you, every single person that discovers fundmyhome.org says, wow, what's this? What's going on? Every single person says, I like this. Whatever this is pretty awesome. But we're not looking for just that. We're looking for salespeople, people who are going to sell, not promoting and bringing members and members after members, and nobody's doing anything. Some of our members don't even show up at their initial orientation that we give for free. We give you a whole tour of our company, and some members don't even show up ever. Okay? So what we're going to do for you is we're going to help you communicate with your team members. Hey, we got a company, but we're only looking for people who are going to get on it and get deals. And we're going to give you what you need for that. Believe me, guys, if you got people under you making deals, you're making huge money, tremendous amount of money. And the income calculators, the potential income calculator here for our business is enormous. It only requires for you to make one transaction per year when you have a nice little team. One transaction per year from each one of them, not crazy numbers. Anyways, so when you have a moment, please read the enrollment page and send those comments. Please send it to support@fundmyhome.org, etc. So go back to the menu, please. Okay, so now we have the enroll your customers, and you probably all see that you have a drop-down menus of who you're going to enroll as far as customers is concerned. And then on the right, we have the training and tools. Okay, so everybody knows where to find the live online webinars. You have the sales funnels library, and we're going to, now that we finally finished with this CRM, it was a lot of work, but we're very happy we've done, and it works amazing. Now we're going to just go back and start focusing in more material, sales funnels, etc. So now, if you scroll down to where it says FMH CRM in auto dialer, here is the auto dialer in the CRM. So we have it here, and there are 3 videos here. There's 3 parts, so we have part 1, 2, and 3. And underneath of each video, you have the text, so you can read it. And so you have you listen to it, you visualize it, you read it. So you have it there. You can read it 100 times. It's there to understand it. Okay, so can you please play the first video?
Welcome to fundmyhome.org. The following 3 videos showcase the functionalities of our state-of-the-art CRM and autodialer. This is part 1, so please stay tuned for part 2 and 3 of this presentation. Fundmyhome.org is proud and excited to announce the introduction of its newest sales management tool, the FMH CRM. It is designed to be both the command and communication center between home buyers, associates, the home office, lenders and realtors, and all customers in general. It is designed to be both the command and communication center between home buyers, associates, the home office, lenders and realtors, and all customers in general. Every day we use multiple communication channels to talk to our clients. Why not unify all of them? The FMH CRM does just that. In just a few minutes, you can connect your phone, email, social networks and messengers. Our CRM will do the rest. Do your clients call you frequently? They will be automatically connected to the assigned manager. The call will be recorded and rated by your client. Our CRM will schedule follow-up calls as well. Are you relying on email? All emails, yours and clients, as well as replies are automatically attached to CRM records. What about instant messages? Your messages will be received inside the FMH CRM, and their replies will be sent back to the messenger they were sent from. And yes, those conversations are stored inside the CRM. You can master the CRM in minutes. It will literally tell you what to do next, what is planned for today, what is overdue, and which opportunities don't have any activities planned. Simply clear your due tasks by the end of the day, and have yourself a productive day. The CRM can build new and recurring sales reports, tell you the number of new clients, show communication load, or manage your workload. Your sales process is now fully transparent. Connect multiple communication channels, finish your tasks, and close more deals. The FMH CRM will guide you right through it. The FMH CRM keeps you well informed and in constant communication. By providing you instant access to status updates, you can efficiently corroborate with your customers. You can now monitor the different FMH workflows, as sticky orders, and watch your customers being competently moved through their processes. As soon as you log in with your credentials, the Deals section pops up. From there, to check on a specific customer report, you would simply click on their sticky order to look into the specifics and the progress of your customer's applications, and add important comments that you may want to share with the home office. Our home office handles the workflow of your customers as sticky orders so you can visualize, day by day, in which status your customers are located. Once the FMH CRM detects that a new customer ID has been created, the CRM then organizes the ID number as a new transaction and moves the sticky order to the customer welcome call department. No further need to use our online calendar. A member of our home office will call and welcome your customers to fundmyhome.org. In such cases, that your customers missed our calls, our home office continues to call, leaving voicemails and emailing your customers our contact information. Note, with this approach, we hereby discontinue the use of our online calendar. Our brief welcome call is intended to familiarize your customers with our process and provide them with the necessary links to our down payment assistance calculator, pre-qualification questionnaire, and document uploader. As soon as our home office completes their customer welcome call, the sticky order is dragged to the pre-qualification questionnaire department, where a counselor is appointed to conduct their pre-qualification review call. From there, the customer then receives a congratulations and recapitulation letter, and instructions to upload their supportive documents. Then, when the documents are uploaded, our CRM moves the order to our quality control department, where is then moved to participating lenders, realtors, title companies, service providers, and so on until the transaction is funded and closed. You in turn, remain well informed through the process, with 24-hour access to customers' workflow status updates, as you log in day by day on your FMH CRM, to run your daily business activities. We have a great company, with great products and services, that everyone wants and needs, a company that offers you the opportunity to build a business within our business, to share with other team members our powerful, lucrative, and personally rewarding business opportunity. We realize that the more you prospect, the more you can succeed at fundmyhome.org. In other words, someone has to make the calls. As such, it is with pleasure that we announce that we have also incorporated a state-of-the-art auto dialer into our CRM, that every participating associate member can use to prospect and follow up with their new customers. This tool is designed and delivered with the intention to provide our associate members with a true work environment that they all can use daily to excel in their business endeavors. Next. In our next video, part 2 of our 3-video series, we illustrate why, when, and how our associate members gain access to our workflow CRM as observers of their own transactions. Please stay tuned for part 2 and 3 of this presentation.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Okay, Ken. So guys, so what we're showing you here is that how you are going to have access to our CRM and our data. So there's going to be access to it as a observer of your transactions, and then access as a salesperson. Okay, it's basically just that. Now, in this video, if you heard, we are, because of the way that this auto CRM works, we are no longer it's not longer a necessity to have the calendar. So the online calendar is tonight is being discontinued. So the moment that a transaction text originates, our home office will then follow step by step in the different departments, including lenders, realtors, and everybody involved is going to be proactive, contacting the customers directly, not waiting for them to contact, for them to finding out how they're going to understand how to do a calendar or anything like that. So we have so many people working on these different departments that the more people that they work on the different departments, the more that they push each other, because somebody finds themselves in the necessity that they got to move because the next guy needs to move. So it keeps everybody moving. So the CRM lets everybody know where they are, what needs to be done at the very moment. Ken, go ahead and play the second video, please. So in this video, we're going to show how and who gets access. Go ahead, please.
Welcome to fundmyhome.org. This short video is part 2 of our 3-video series showcasing our state-of-the-art CRM and auto dialer, so please stay tuned for part 3 of this presentation. In this video, we illustrate why, when, and how our associate members gain access to our workflow CRM as observers of their own transactions. Pertaining to observers, new customer workflows are created in our CRM each time your customers create an ID number on your fundmyhome.org website. As per notifications are concerned, customers receive a welcome email, and simultaneously, associates receive a congratulations email, and our home office receives notification that a new customer ID has been created. Next, The home office organizes the file by setting reminders for follow-up calls and holiday greetings, by classifying the customer as a home buyer, as a home seller, or a real estate investor. Associate members can view the order numbers of their customers, created by our CRM, and view desired information such as their names, their last names, phone numbers, email addresses, customer ID numbers, etc. You can view status reports, track workflows, and interact with management, leaving your comments in the internal chat of our CRM. Customers are then placed in their corresponding workflow funnels and assigned to counselors, specialized in the required area of expertise. You, the associate member, can have access to observe the progress of your customers in some or all of the following workflow points: Down Payment Assistance Pre-Approval Department, Quality Control Department, Lender Loan Pre-Approval Department, Real Estate Department, Title and Escrow Department, Lender Loan Processing Department, and Associate Sales Process and Autodialer. Next, our home office sends you an invitation to accept access to our CRM and watch over the workflow status of your customers. To watch over the workflow status of your customers, you must first perform the following steps to accept the invitation and gain access to our CRM as an observer. Invitation to create your CRM account. You will receive an email containing your credentials for gaining access as an observer to our CRM. There, you would press the access link which will redirect you to our account creation area, where you would enter the same email address that you used to receive your invitation, and then proceed to select a password of your preference. Access to your CRM will be configured by our home office the next available working day. How to keep track of your customers as an observer. Once you arrive at your CRM as an observer, your visualization process is quite simple. The first thing you do is find out where your customers are located within our workflow departments. You can find your customers by clicking on our drop-down menu. The drop-down menu displays numbers indicating the number of customers that you have working in each department. Next, select a department, and use the left and right arrow to find out in which phase of that department your customers are located. And that is all. Note, your access to this account remains enabled while your customers are in process. You regain access to your same account area each time you have new customers in process. Tracking your customers' workflow. In this example, we will talk about your home buyers applying to receive down payment assistance from fundmyhome.org. Let's review. Your customers use our online down payment assistance calculator, create their customer ID number, and submit their down payment assistance pre-qualification questionnaire. Next, they submit their mortgage loan application on our mortgage application portal, brought to you courtesy of United Wholesale Mortgage Lender. Once the customer ID is created, our home office classifies the customer and assigns the file to a trained counselor. The first department in this homebuyer workflow funnel is charged with the responsibility of conducting the pre-qualification review call with your customers to confirm the dollar amount of their potential eligibility. The dollar amount of their potential eligibility is then matched to their local real estate market conditions. A recapitulation email and needs analysis is sent out for signature. The counselor obtains and reviews your customer's supportive documentation and conducts a document review call with your customer to review their documents together. In our next video, part 3 of our 3-video series, we illustrate why, when, and how our associate members gain access to the functionalities of our autodialer as marketers of fundmyhome.org. So please stay tuned for part 3 of this presentation.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember to hit the notification bell to stay tuned for more important content, our ongoing success, and the happy stories of our down payment assistance recipients.
So the summary to this part is that once you have a customer, we are going to give you access as an observer to observe the flow of the work of your customers in whichever state they are in the processes. It could be an investor, could be a home buyer, but each of the phases has different steps, different departments, different companies. You have down payment assistance company, you have a lender, you have title companies, then you have all the way to the closing. So you'll be able to see exactly where they are, be able to make comments, and you have a complete understanding, 24-hour access to updates. So this is the access to the CRM as observers. Now, the more interactive one will be the access to the auto dialer as a salesperson, as a marketer, and that will be the next video. It's actually very, very simple, but this is when now you begin to hit the button and begin to sell. So go ahead, please scan and press that.
Welcome to fundmyhome.org. This short video is part 3 of our 3-video series showcasing our state-of-the-art CRM and autodialer. In this video, we illustrate why, when, and how our associate members gain access to the functionalities of our autodialer, as marketers of fundmyhome.org. The file is moved to quality control for review before the file is moved to the lender's pre-approval department, where the file is then assigned to a junior mortgage loan processor, who reviews the loan application and pulls their credit report. Once the junior mortgage loan processor issues a loan pre-approval, the file is then moved to the real estate department, where the file is then assigned to one of our preferred realtors. The assigned realtor then searches for real estate properties that match their needs analysis and schedules appointments with your homebuyer to view them. Properties are selected, and offers to purchase them are sent to sellers. Once a property is entered under contract, the preferred realtor sets reminders to receive earnest deposits and order property inspections. Once the property inspection is conducted and the home buyer approves of the condition of the property, the file is then moved to the title and escrow department and simultaneously moved to the lender's department for mortgage processing, for final loan approval, funding and closing. At the end of these internal processes, the customer's file reaches its final phase, and the CRM system suspends the observer access to the associate. Associates regain observer access to their CRM accounts when they bring forth new active customers. To avoid redundancy, we've kept this autodialer illustration rather simple. How our associate members benefit. Our associate members benefit in using our autodialer, in the sense that they can use our data, or their own data, to dial hundreds, or even thousands of prospects each day. The goal, in bringing forward our autodialer, along with our great products and services, is to provide our associate members with a productive work environment, in which they can forge successful work habits that yield predictable, desirable results. Our FMH autodialer will literally tell you what to do next, what is planned for today, what is overdue, and which opportunities don't have any activities planned. You simply clear your due tasks by the end of the day, and see the results of a productive day. Associate members using our autodialer will find that our autodialer is also connected to our own online video conferencing and screen share webinar platform. For quality control and training purposes, the autodialer records all calls, emails or text messages sent or received by our autodialer, as well as it records your online webinar sessions. These recordings are available for playback as MP3 files, which you can use to grade yourself on the performance of your own calls and video conferencing sessions. How to start, pause, and end your sales sessions. Open the autodialer contact list, and select the customers you wish to call. This should be a maximum of 500 contacts per campaign. To start dialing, simply click on the contact menu located at the top left of your CRM. There, your contact list will appear. You would then check mark on each contact individually, or click the For All menu, to select all the contacts in your list. Then click on Start Dialing, at the bottom middle section of your contact list. To prepare the customer list, you can select all contacts, or use filters, to create your custom parameter list, for example, customers created this month. To manually add more contacts to your list, click on the Add button located on the top right side of your CRM, where a new window will open for you to manually enter information about your new contacts, then press Save. Alternatively, you can contact our home office to upload large files to your contact list. You can pause the autodialer by placing your connection in unavailable status until you are ready to return, then place it in available status to resume dialing or receiving phone calls. The autodialer automatically stops dialing when it completes your selected contact list and generates a summary of the results of your campaigns, dialed by you or the system. You can always stop dialing campaigns that are in progress by pressing the stop button at the bottom of the list. How to start video conferencing sessions. You can find video conferencing capabilities in the list of options, located on the right side of your autodialer. There, you can indicate the user with whom you wish to invite, both internal and external, and share a link to your video conferencing session. How to send emails. In the upper right section, the system shows a menu located within your transactions that you can click on to send emails. There, you would select the sending email address where the email is being sent from, and in turn, select the destination email. You then compose and send your emails. You automatically receive copies of your emails, and their records remain in the system for your review and to track the performance of your negotiations. How and where phone calls, video conferencing, email, and text message recordings are reviewed. The comment menu tab shows the records of all conversations and all the processes generated and sent to your customers. Remember, you are given observer access to our CRM to watch the workflow of each of your customers every time one of your customer produces a customer ID number. There is a monthly cost associated in using our FMH auto dialer. Please email support@fundmyhome.org for information on how to obtain access to our auto dialer. In closing to this video, thank you for your participation in fundmyhome.org, as we are proud and excited to share with you our vocation, vision and purpose. God bless everything you do, and our company.
Okay. Ken, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay, guys. So this was a lot of information, I understand, and it's there to read, to watch, but I'm going to summarize this quickly for you. You will quickly master this. All you have to do is get in and only move in the limited areas that we are allowing you to move in, and understand it very quickly. You literally will understand this in minutes. When we set you up with your emails, with your phones, your extension numbers, everything. This system will give you MP3 files so that you could listen to your own recordings, so that you could see what was the temperature of your conversation, whether you were doing really well or poor, whether the customer was a different type of personality, however you need it. So give you the ability to watch and listen to your own video conferencing that you recorded with your customers. So you're having a conversation. You first of all, you press the button, begin dialing, and you have a conversation. Next, person is interested, take them to the source. You quickly open your own video conferencing capabilities and show them your site. Simple stuff, and they may or may not surprise you later on, the next day, tonight, whenever, surprise you with a new customer ID number. When the customer ID number is created, we are going to configure your invitation as an observer of that transaction. When you go back to the CRM as an observer, all you have to do is go to the drop-down menu and look at the different departments that we have, and you'll be seeing how many customers you have in each department, in each step of each department, and you'll be able to follow everything easily. But the whole thing starts with the auto dialer. And with the auto dialer, we have very good data, very good data. But the way that we use the data, literally, you don't have to have good data at the end. Because a question that has always worked is, Do you or anybody you know is in the market for buying a home in the next 3 days? 3 days. And they'll tell you whatever story. And you're going to say, well, that's interesting. But if you were going to buy, where will you buy? Look, whatever you do it. But when you ask a question like that, it doesn't matter who answers the phone. Do you or anybody you know? This is what we do. We provide down payment assistance. Look, we give you a suggested sales pitch, and you do whatever you want with it. It doesn't matter who answers the phone. Look, this is proven communication systems. Phone answers, and you said, "Can you help me out?" Sure, of course. Well, do you or anybody you know is in the market for buying a house in the next 3 days? That's it. Before you answer the question, think about it very carefully. Simple. Or come up with your own sales pitch if you think it's better. It works for us like it's magic every time. I cannot tell you how much money we make with that. Okay, so the auto dialer. So what we want is we want everyone here to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. The only way you're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars is by dialing out. You don't have to do anything but do that. So we are making a requirement that everybody has at least 50 hours of data to call. 50 hours, 50 minutes, which amounts to 3,000 minutes. So how much does that cost? How much does it cost to have 3,000 minutes worth of calls here? That costs $300. Now think about this for a moment. $300, 3,000 minutes to tell people that we give out free money, that we do great transactions for real estate, this and the other. 3,000 minutes, 50 hours of phone calls. I'm not talking about 50 hours of picking up a shovel, 50 hours of talking, moving your lips and making sounds. 50 hours, 3,000 minutes. Look, if you cannot make a sale in 3,000 minutes of an auto dialer giving you these great products and services, then you have now proven to yourself that this is not for you. So the investment to discover this is only $300. It will be very, very unlikely that you don't make a sale after you dial and spend 3,000 hours on a CRM. Impossible. But if it didn't happen, then at least you know. And it costs you $300 to figure this out. That's the cost of the CRM. Everybody is required to have at least 50 hours of our minutes, and we want you to use them. And that's the only way that people are going to come here and come to work, because to come to fundmyhome.org and not work, it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you, who you are very faithful and you give us all your tremendous support, and it doesn't help anybody. So we want to answer your questions when you have customers. We want to answer your question when you want to know how to get customers. Because when you have customers, we're gonna working for you. We're gonna working for you. Now we have so many departments, so many people depending on each other, moving along through it, that the system will not allow anybody to fall through. It's impossible now. All you have to do is you have to make the sales, and we take care of the rest. So like we say, it could not be any easier to make marketing fees at fundmyhome.org. But the point that we're trying to make is making very high marketing fees. And so this is what I wanted to share with you. And it's already 10 o'clock. If anybody has comments, then go ahead. But I want to say something else about the commercial real estate. There was a question that asked, what states are we in with the commercial real estate? There are only 3 states where we're not in, okay? And we made some improvement there. We're not in North Dakota, South Dakota, and we're not in Vermont. The rest of the states, you could have a party and make crazy money with our commercial transactions. Okay, so that's one of the questions that came in, and that's the answer to that question. All right, so let's have some questions now, or you could email support@fundmyhome.org, and let's go to work.
Great, Carlos. How do they get an invitation to the CRM? Do they need to go to support?
The only way that you get an invitation to the CRM is by being invited as an observer. And to be an observer, you can only observe your customers. You cannot observe nobody else's customers. So you have to have a customer. So when we detect that a new customer ID has been created, we classify it, and then we send that associate an invitation as an observer to view the processes from beginning to end. Now, the idea is to have an associate that logs in the CRM as an observer and go to the drop-down menu where the many departments are and see the multitude of customers that they have in several departments. The idea is for you to have customers. So we give you the CRM so you could do that. So we invite you to the CRM as an observer when you have customers. When your customers were closed and funded, that access is suspended unless you have more customers. I hope that answered the question, Ken.
Yes, absolutely. So if I do not have any customers, we will not be invited to the CRM. But as soon as we have a customer get an ID number, then we will have an invitation to join the CRM.
Correct. Now, the auto dialers is separate. We want you to have 50 hours and turn the machine on and make money instantly. Just saying, you should be getting some good surprises where people say, you know what, why not? Let me go ahead and do this. And they create a home buyer ID. And guess what? We do the rest. You don't do anything else. So your job is to turn the machine on and sell, and sell, and sell, and then go to the CRM and be an observer. Once in a while, if you want to put a comment as an observer, you can. But as the sales portion goes with the auto dialer, that's when you follow your sales processes, which is very simple, by the way. And then you listen to your recordings and you do this and the other one. So just to give you something to think about. When you talk to somebody and the person is saying, wow, this is great. Well, don't keep them on the phone. We don't want you to waste minutes because we're looking for you to have to fund us and pay us minutes. No, we're giving you data too, but it's not that we want you to spend minutes. You get them on the phone and then you move them to your video conferencing. And at that very moment, you are not using your minutes. You're not using your data. So you sell, they surprise you with a ID number, and we take care of the rest.
Okay, we have one question here from Paul. Paul, I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead and unmute yourself, please, and ask your question.
Yes, Carlos, thank you very much for putting this together.
Hi, Paul.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
So the $300 is not necessarily per month. It's just whenever you use up the 50 hours. Is that correct?
That's correct. And look at this. If you work 1 hour a day, okay, that's 5 hours a week. It will take you 10 weeks. Okay.
Right.
So but wow, I will do it sooner than that. I would just say, listen, let me just do 2 or 3 hours a day here, whatever you want. But those 3,000 minutes, let me say it one more time. I'm not finding this in any facetious way, but if you don't make a sale in 3,000 minutes, at least you know it already. And then go find something else to do.
Correct.
And that's it. I mean, everybody is now relieved. Everybody knows, hey, let's find something else to do. But that's not going to happen. It's going. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, it's going to result in common sense, volume, success. It's going to be activity. It's going to be whatever you guys are looking for.
Okay. If we had some customers in the past that for whatever reason, weren't followed up on or something, do we need to contact them again, although they already have an ID, or what happens there?
Okay, so if you have a list of customers that you already had in the past, then contact support. We will download that list and we will upload them in your CRM. So if you have, say, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, we will sort them out, downloading, uploading to the auto dialer, and now you have to hit a button. And you could have this as campaigns. So you could put, okay, this is the campaign of previous customers. Okay, this is the campaign for customers last month. So, or the data that we give you. And whichever way you want to, we'll find a way to make it work. Or you could, again, you could purchase your own data and we will upload it for you.
Okay, so older customers that already have an ID, we need to recontact them, is what you're saying?
If that's what you want, you can. If you want to recontact them, we will download that list and we'll upload it in your auto dialer.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Paul. Let's go to Juan Roxy. Unmute your mic, please. Ask your question. Juan Roxy Varela. Okay. All right. Anybody else have a question for this evening? Just go down and raise your hand and we'll call on you. The Allison family, go ahead and unmute, please.
Yes. So if we had customers from like last month, would they already be in the CRM system?
No, the system is brand new right now. So, but if you a new customer, what happens? The fundmyhome.org website will generate the customer ID number. The CRM will detect it and it will be then classified. Well, this person came in for that reason. This may happen overnight. It could happen in the future, tomorrow, next week, and it gets classified. But if you already have customers, those customers are not going to be moved in automatically. If you have customers, then contact Fund My Home, support at fundmyhome.org, and we will download whatever customers you have and upload them to your CRM for the auto dialer. So you could recall them and say, hey, what are you guys up to? And they will tell you, well, we're still here or not.
Okay. And the other question is there just one package for the auto dialer? Is there like an unlimited one or anything else, or is it just one package?
Look, we could make it as expensive as anybody would want to, but we're not here to be greedy. But I think that if we give you 3,000 minutes, that should keep you busy for a little while. Should keep you busy for maybe a month, maybe 2 weeks, who knows? But with 3,000 minutes, you're gonna come back and you're gonna jump in because you're gonna get money. You're gonna get a check, a big one, a few ones. But if your teams are also doing the same, you're gonna start in overrides. What I want everybody to do is I want everybody to get the numbers that we propose in the income potential. But the only way that happens is if your team does one transaction per year. We are not saying hundreds of transactions. Easy. And we have now a system that we could handle it. Look, we are not going to tell you right here that we are going to have zero hiccups. What I'm going to tell you is that we will also be running behind because the volume will always be pushing us. We don't get all ready, or nobody else does, get all ready and then wait for business. Business is going to come in, is going to overwhelm the system somehow, and then we're going to move fast and we're going to catch up. This is how it is 99% of the times, I suppose. So you do your part and we continue to grow. We are going to always be playing catch up. So there will be some situation where there's people, everybody wants to complain about anything, but we just do what we can. And we're prepared and willing to do it.
Okay, Carlos, we have one final call. Kenneth Walker, unmute yourself, please. Kenneth Walker, are you able to unmute yourself? Okay, let's go down. I see Roxy Varela is back. Let's see if you can go ahead and unmute yourself, Roxy.
Yes, hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, please ask your question.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to dial in on my phone instead of the desktop. Okay, so if I'm hearing correctly, there is a fee for the Fund My Home CRM, right?
For the auto dialer.
Yes. Okay, and that's payable like in the website or?
Yes, it will be payable as a donation to our 501c3. And believe me, we think that is very, very modest to be able to get that many minutes with data, okay?
Okay.
And have the ability to promote what we do. So we feel very, very, very good about that.
Okay.
Okay, so my
when-
husband, has already a client and she already has her ID number. So he just has to put her into the auto dialer and of course the fee.
No, if you already have a customer, okay, then let us know that you have a customer by sending an email to support. What we will do is make sure that the customer has an ID, and we're going to classify the customer, and then we're going to start the step by step. It's going to go into the welcoming call, and we're going to go through it through complete the down payment assistance approval. Then it goes to the quality control to make sure that everything is there, and then it is moved to the bank. The bank is going to be there with a junior processor, is going to pull credit, obtain a loan pre-approval from DU, from the Fannie Mae interface. When it's pre-approved, then it's going to move it to the real estate company. They're going to search for property, view property, enter into contract. When they enter into contract, then they're going to move it to the title company. Title company also does their title, and it's also moved simultaneously to the lender to now process the closing. Not longer the pre-approval, but to get the final loan approval and fund it and close it. So you have a customer right now. If that customer has a home buyer ID number, we are going to review it, classify it, and get it moving into the CRM. You get access to the CRM as an observer. What we're speaking about the auto dialer is us giving you access to the auto dialer as a salesperson. So for that, we give you the 50 hours.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Roxy. I saw Kenneth here a second ago. I don't see him now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out for the evening, or do you want to take more questions, Carlos? It's getting late.
Well, let's get Pedro. Pedro has a question.
All right, Pedro, open your mic, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, talk a little louder, please.
Yes, I was wondering the data for the auto dialer, where does that data come from?
The data is data that we have that is we think is quite formidable. So it's for people who are both members of the family, are professionals, graduates. They have incomes as an average of $183,000 in average. Some of them make more, some of them make little less, but the average is 183,000. They have high credit scores. They have disposable income and known liquid assets. These are people that are capable, and you approach them with whatever story you want. Hey, are you buying a house, or anybody else buying a house? Well, you could call the person in many ways. You could call them by saying, look, I got this deal for commercial real estate that you got to take a look at. Whatever. These people got, these are simple individuals. And again, as I was saying earlier, it doesn't matter who you call. If the question is, do you or anybody you know is on the market of buying a home in the next 3 days, that question is good for anybody. And anybody will give you a good answer. And when they give you the answer, you're going to come up with another answer. Simple. But we have a video in our website that explains why that works. Because we say, you talk like a child. Really? Wow, that's amazing. And then what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, you are going to do that? I can't believe that. You follow a simple step. You ask a question. You respond. You acknowledge. Next question. Anyways, that is on the video, on one of our videos, and it works incredibly well for us, at least. Okay, well, thank you, Ken. It's 10:20. I thank you for coming, everybody, for your patience, for your participation, for your good faith. We want everybody to succeed. We want people to make tremendous amount of money, not just a little bit here, okay? Because it's all doable. And grow your team. But from now on, your team needs to come in ready to work. All right, Ken, thank you very much. If you take it away, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Carlos. I know you put a lot of work into this system, and I'm very excited that I'll be able to actually monitor the progress of my home buyers. I know we had some challenges in the past, and I think we're over the hump now, so that's great. Associates, just remember that you'll be able to watch this presentation. It'll be on our YouTube channel, as well as on our Fund My Home FMH Associates Facebook page. And that link will be there probably in the next couple hours. we'll welcome you back to our Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Bring your prospects so you can find out about fundmyhome.org if you're going to have a home buyer or if you're going to have somebody that wants to join our business. And that's it for tonight. I appreciate you all being here with us tonight. Carlos, once again, thank you very much. Good night, everybody.